Good morning friends and welcome to Sharekhan's pre-market action. The big news for the markets today morning is that yesterday we saw that the Fed has kept the rates unchanged and the overall statements do suggest that possibly there could be a hike in the interest rates in the month of September. But what Fed has mentioned that it has kept a wait and watch policy at this point of time and is expecting some sort of a more recovery before they take a call on the hike in the interest rates, especially from the wages front where the ability of the part-time workers to get a full-time job and also the inflation nearing somewhere around 2% of its target could hint some sort of a hike in the interest rates by the Fed going ahead. And that has reacted in the markets yesterday where the Dow almost closed 30 points up and Nasdaq was up around 9 points in yesterday's trade. Back home yesterday what we saw in the Indian markets was that the markets have rallied, taking a support somewhere around 7950 in the spot Nifty, and the markets are now taking a good rally from those levels. Yesterday also we saw the markets rallying and bouncing back from the lows it had made recently. But as far as the flows are concerned, what we have seen by the FIs yesterday also, they were sellers in the cash provision market to tune of around 940 odd crores. At the same point of time, we saw the DIs were hugely positive to tune of around 1,447 odd crores in the cash market as far as the provision figures are concerned. For the overall markets and Qs, let's have a look at the derivative analysis.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. Extended their northward journey for the fourth trading session, the Indian benchmark indices ended the yesterday's trade with a gain of 0.5%. As we have seen, the Nifty started the session on a flattish to a positive note and sentiments remained positive from start of the trading session. And many of the blue chip counters, like look at the L&T, we have seen a rally from 1680 odd levels to 1720 levels. We have seen a gain of approximately 3%. In Reliance also, we have seen a rally from like 890 odd levels to 942 odd levels. We have seen a gain of approximately 5%. Cipla also, more than other stocks like Tata Steel also, we have seen a rally from 290 odd levels to 320 odd levels. So many of the blue chip counters which supported the index to trade above the mark of 8,100, and Nifty hit a fresh intraday high at around 8130 levels. And finally, it ended the session with a gain of approximately 0.40% at 8079.05%. We have seen that from past couple of trading sessions, short covering was seen in Nifty futures, but yesterday we have seen a long build of approximately 2.72% as open interest is increased by 1 crore 69 lakhs to 1 crore 74 lakhs, and around 4.62 lakh shares were added in Nifty futures. Also, Nifty futures price increased by approximately 30 rupees. But cost of carry decreased significantly from minus 0.15 to minus 7.05%. Also, Nifty futures closed at a discount of 12 points versus 0.30 points. On the options front, PCR remained at same level, 0.89. We have seen a marginal positions were added in option segment. India VIX was down by minus 2.56%. It is closed at 16.73%. In the options activity, we have seen that 8,100 call option has added approximately 18% shares in open interest, and 8,200 call option has reduced 6% shares in open interest, and 8,300 call option which has added approximately 12% shares in open interest. We have seen that the options activity earlier 8,200 was having highest number of shares in open interest. Now 8,500 is having highest number of shares in open interest. Approximately it has 50 lakh shares in 8,500 call option strike price. On the put option side, we have seen that 8,000 and 8,100 has added approximately 8% and 20% shares in respectively. Now in options activity also, we have seen that earlier 7,800 was having highest number of shares in open interest. Now that activity is shifted to 8,000. Now 8,000 is having highest number of shares in open interest. Currently it has 49 lakh shares. We have seen that people have shifted their positions from lower strike price to higher strike price from 7,800 to 8,000, which is a positive sign for the market going ahead. And 8,000, 8,020 level may act as a good support, crucial support on a closing basis. On bank period front, there are three securities in bank period today. One is MTech Auto, second is Century Textile, third is India Real Estate. And yesterday, FIs were net sellers of 217 crores index futures. They were net buyers of 621 crore in index options. They were net buyers of 786 crore in stock futures. And they were net sellers of 67 crore in stock options. A Friday CVIP stands at 8020. Lower range for the market would be 8,000 and high range would be 8,200. Currently, Singapore Nifty is up by 5.50 points, which is at 8077.50. We may see a flattish to positive start in Nifty futures today. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
As far as the trading ideas are concerned, first and foremost, we have a long idea in Torrent Pharma where the FIPB has approved the increase in the FI limit in the company to 39% from the current levels of 13%. So we recommend to go long in Torrent Pharma with a stop loss of 1281 and target of 1347 and 1373. SRF Limited, the company, the Finance Ministry has imposed definitive anti-dumping duty on all the nylon tire cord fabric, that is NPCF, which imports from China. The anti-dumping duty, which ranges from $0.52 per kilogram to $1.1 per kilogram, will be valid for a period of 5 years. This is hugely positive for SRF and the Century Enca, so we recommend to go long in SRF with a stop loss of 1016 and target of 1068 and 1088. A short idea for today is Bharti Airtel, where the company's Africa Tower sale plan to Helios has been called off. The Bharti Airtel's effort to cut its 60,000 crore plus debt pile has now faded because of this hurdle. So we recommend to go short in Bharti with a stop loss of 429.4, target of 408 and 399. On the news update, Finance Minister has mentioned that GST is likely to be rolled out from 1st April 2016 and has approved formation of two committees for the same. Talwalkar has set a floor price for the QIP at rupees 319.26. India is expecting solar power investments to be 120 billion rupees. FIPB has deferred Hathway, Bell Networks and Eagles International's proposals. Granules India to consider warrants to promote it on 20th of June. Indian monsoon rainfall is 11% above normal since 1st of June, IMD has mentioned. Iron ore index has fallen 2.2% to $61.5 a ton. City Union Bank Limited might raise the capital through the QIP route. On the other news update, government has hiked the import duty on steel products to stop China dumping. As expected, the government has notified hiking the import duty on long steel products from 5.5% to 7.5% and that of the flat steel product from 7.5% to 10%. The import duty on the stainless steel products has remained unchanged. GSPL, SAIL, JSW Steel and Tata Steel will benefit from the import duty hike on the steel products. Strides Arcolab's application to FIPB for seeking approval for issuing equity shares to non-resident shareholders of Sharekhan Pharma under the proposed scheme of amalgamation has been rejected. Government is set to approve 6 pharma parks this year at an estimated investment of rupees 180 crores to promote the pharmaceuticals manufacturing. Bombay High Court on Wednesday has upheld the rights of Madhu Kapoor and successor of her husband and an initial promoter of Yes Bank, Ashok Kapoor. The court has said that the Madhu Kapoor along with the promoter Rana Kapoor has the right to jointly nominate the appointment of 3 directors on the bank's board and none of them can unilaterally exercise the rights. The new IPO update is Amalpasan Beverages, which plans to raise rupees 400 crore through IPO route. The price band for each equity share has been set at rupees 290 and 320 rupees. The bid issue period opens on 24th of June and closes on 26th. The minimum bid lot size is 45 equity shares and thereafter in multiples of 45. On the watch list for today, stock with positive bias is Britannia, Bajaj Finance, Mahindra & Mahindra and Hindustan Unilever. And stock with negative bias is Vedanta Limited and Oil India. Stocks for investment, Aditya Birla Group, Axis Bank, Larsen, Maruti, TCS. That's it friends from the Sharekhan's pre-market action. Thanks and have a nice trading day.